Chosen One, stop now and pay attention. What I'm about to reveal will completely change your life. If you're watching this video at this exact moment, it's not a coincidence. The universe has conspired to bring this message directly to you. There's a divine revolution happening in your life, and you need to be prepared for what lies ahead. This message isn't for everyone. It's for you, the chosen one, who has gone through trials, faced difficulties, and yet maintained faith. The moment of your turnaround has arrived. Everything you've fought for, everything you've dreamed of, is about to manifest overwhelmingly in your life. But before continuing with this transformative revelation, I want you to do 3 simple things. Click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with the number 99. This powerful number will amplify the energy of this message and send a signal to the universe that you're ready to receive your blessings. If you are truly a chosen one, you will stay with me until the end. Your spirit already knows that this message was specially intended for you. Be aware, if you're not prepared to receive this revelation, you might not be able to make it to the end. But for those who persist, your life will never be the same. Are you ready? Your journey of transformation begins now. Chosen One, your life until now has been a preparation. Each obstacle, each closed door, each person who doubted you, all of this was part of the divine plan to shape who you are today. You were born with a special purpose, a unique calling that few can understand. This calling has echoed in your heart from the beginning, but the world tried to silence it. Have you felt that restlessness inside you? That feeling that you were born for something greater than the life you're living? It's not just imagination. It's your divine calling trying to manifest, begging to be recognized. This calling was planted in your soul even before you were born. It's part of your spiritual DNA, your mission on planet Earth. The people around you can't see what God sees in you. They only look at the surface, but the Creator sees the extraordinary potential that exists within your being. While many ignored your dreams and belittled your ambitions, God was preparing a path of glory that no one could prevent. The signs have always been there. That inexplicable talent you possess, that ability to overcome impossible situations, that resilience that even you don't understand. These are manifestations of your divine purpose trying to emerge. Every time you felt that mysterious force pushing you forward when everything seemed lost, it was your calling revealing itself. Remember that idea that came to your mind when everyone said it was impossible? That dream that seemed too big? That vision that made your heart race? These weren't just random thoughts. They were divine signs, messages from the universe confirming your special calling. The people around you ignored these signs. They laughed when you shared your dreams. They said you were being unrealistic. They tried to convince you to settle for less, to lower your expectations, to accept a life of mediocrity. But something inside you refused to believe those negative voices. Something in your spirit knew that you were destined for greatness. Chosen One, have you noticed how the people closest to you are often the ones who believe in you the least? This is not a coincidence. The enemy uses those closest to plant doubts in your heart. It's a strategy to prevent you from recognizing your unique potential. But you persisted. Even when the voices of doubt became deafening, something inside you continued to believe. There was a moment, do you remember, when something awakened within you? Perhaps it was during that crisis that seemed impossible to overcome, or that night when you prayed with tears in your eyes asking for a sign, or that instant of clarity when you finally understood that your life had a greater purpose. This was the moment when you began to realize your unique potential. It was as if a veil had been lifted from your eyes. Suddenly, all the trials, all the rejections, all the difficulties made sense. You understood that you weren't being punished, you were being prepared. Each obstacle strengthened your character, each disappointment increased your determination, each failure expanded your wisdom. The universe makes no mistakes, Chosen One. You were shaped in the fire of adversities so that you could shine like gold. The people who underestimated you couldn't see the refinement process you were going through. They saw only the ashes, not the phoenix about to be reborn. Now you're in the perfect position. Everything you've experienced was the necessary training for what's to come. Your unique potential is ready to manifest in its fullness. The seed of your divine purpose is ready to bloom. And the most incredible thing is that those who didn't believe in you will be the first to witness your glorious transformation. The calling that was ignored for so long now resonates stronger than ever. The divine voice that whispered in your heart now shouts in your spirit. This is your moment, chosen one. The time of the turnaround has come. Prepare yourself to experience a level of manifestation that will transform not only your reality, but the perception of everyone around you. The people who underestimated you are about to witness the power of God operating in your life. The turnaround is not just for your own satisfaction, but to show divine glory through you. Your testimony will be proof that nothing is impossible for those who have been chosen for a greater purpose. Your ignored calling will now be impossible to deny. Your unique potential will now be impossible to contain. Your light will shine so intensely that no one will be able to look the other way. This is your hour, chosen one. Since the beginning of your journey, you have been surrounded by voices. Voices that doubted, voices that questioned, voices that tried to limit who you are and what you can achieve. These voices aren't just external noise. They penetrated your thoughts, tried to infiltrate your soul, and sought to redefine your divine identity. Remember that moment when you shared your dream, that vision that God planted in your heart? The reactions were almost instantaneous. Disguised laughter, looks of disbelief, comments loaded with skepticism. Be realistic, they said. People like you don't achieve this, they stated with conviction. You don't have what it takes, they whispered, while pretending to care about your well-being. Critics have always appeared in your life at the most crucial moments, haven't they? When you were about to take the first step, when you were gathering courage to follow your divine calling, there they were, ready to sow doubt. They presented themselves as advisors, as voices of reason, as people who just wanted to protect you from disappointment. But what they were really doing was trying to extinguish the divine flame that burned within you. This is too risky. No one in our family has ever achieved this before. You're dreaming too big. Be practical. Think about your future. These words, repeated incessantly, formed walls around you, invisible barriers that tried to contain your potential. Each negative word was like a brick in that wall. Each expressed doubt was like cement trying to solidify your limitations. Who were these critics? Often, they were the people closest to you. Family members who, out of misdirected love, tried to protect you from dreaming too big. Friends who, insecure about their own abandoned dreams, couldn't bear to see you pursue yours. Teachers who, limited by their own experiences, couldn't see beyond the conventional. Colleagues who, fearing your brightness, preferred to try to diminish it rather than celebrate it. The judgment of others created barriers not only in your path, but also in your mind. Over time, you began to question yourself. What if they're right? What if I'm really not capable? What if this is just a foolish dream? The negative words began to echo in your thoughts, and the doubts planted by others tried to take root in your heart. This is the enemy's strategy, to use others' words to make you doubt the divine calling on your life. Words have power, chosen one. The universe was created by the word, and words can both build and destroy. The negative words that were thrown at you tried to define your limits, establish boundaries for your greatness, place a ceiling over your potential. You will only go this far, they said. This is all you can expect, they affirmed with false authority. You felt the weight of these words. They clung to you like invisible chains, trying to bind you to the ordinary, the mediocre, the acceptable. Each no you heard, each impossible that was pronounced, each give up while you can that was whispered, All tried to shape your reality, redefine your possibilities, diminish your vision. For a time, perhaps you believed these voices. Perhaps you turned down the volume of your dreams. Perhaps you reduced the size of your ambitions. Perhaps you began to conform to less than you deserved. It's natural. We are social beings, and the words of those around us have a profound impact on how we see ourselves. But God, who knows the end from the beginning, never let these voices have the last word about your life. Even in the moments when you doubted, even when you almost gave up, there was that small flame inside you that refused to be extinguished. It was the Spirit, reminding you of your true value, your divine calling, your unique purpose. While the critics spoke of what was realistic, God whispered about what was possible. While they pointed out your limitations, He revealed your infinite possibilities. While they tried to define your ceiling, God was preparing your throne. The negative words tried to define your limits, but each time you rose after a fall, each time you persisted, despite the criticism, each time you took one more step toward your dream, you were declaring that your boundaries would not be defined by human opinions, but by the divine purpose for your life. Chosen one, those voices of disbelief weren't just obstacles, they were part of your training. Each person who doubted you was unknowingly contributing to strengthen your determination. Each criticism you faced was, in fact, refining your resilience. Each negative word that tried to limit you was, without realizing, preparing you for an even more powerful testimony. Now you understand why you had to go through this. God allowed these voices, not because He doubted you, but because He knew you needed that resistance to develop the strength necessary to carry the blessing that is to come. Like a butterfly that needs to struggle to leave the cocoon in order to strengthen its wings, you needed to face resistance to be ready to fly. The voices of disbelief will soon be replaced by expressions of amazement. Those same critics who tried to place limits on your life will be witnesses to your divine transformation. The negative words that tried to define your limits will be swallowed by the testimony of your manifestation. The barriers that others tried to create around you will be demolished by the power that now flows through you. It's time to turn the page, chosen one. The voices of disbelief have fulfilled their role in your story. Now they will become merely echoes of the past as you move forward to your glorious future. The divine turnaround has already begun, and no human word can prevent what God has decreed over your life. Chosen one, the universe conspires in your favor at this very moment. The message you are about to receive is not a coincidence. It's a divine call that resonates directly with your soul. If you have come this far, it's because you were chosen for an extraordinary transformation that will begin now. Within you exists a powerful seed, a seed that has always been there, waiting for the right moment to germinate and flourish. This is the seed of resilience, planted by God in the fertile ground of your spirit. And today, this seed is about to break its shell and reveal its true potential. The difficulties you faced were not in vain. Each tear shed, each sleepless night, each moment of doubt served as water for this seed. While the world saw only your struggles, God was observing the silent growth of your inner strength. He knew you were being prepared for this decisive moment. You may not have realized it, but within you already exists all the power necessary to completely transform your reality. The resilience you cultivated through adversities is the key that will unlock doors that previously seemed closed forever. This is not just any message, it's the divine confirmation that you are on the threshold of your great turnaround. The inner turning point has already begun. It's that moment when you decide that your story will not be defined by your falls, but by your overcomings. It's when you realize that each obstacle was carefully positioned in your path, not to stop you, but to reveal your true strength. And that moment is now. Many around you will continue living in scarcity, but you have been chosen to break this cycle. Abundance is knocking at your door, waiting only for you to recognize and receive it. The entire universe is reorganizing itself to bring to you the blessings you have always deserved. Believe this with every fiber of your being. Chosen one, your mind is the ground where your reality is cultivated. When you began to plant thoughts of possibility instead of limitation, the seed of resilience received the most powerful nutrient, unwavering faith. This was the beginning of your transformation. God saw when you chose to believe, even when everything around you said otherwise. Remember that moment when you decided you deserved more, that your life could be different. Perhaps it was a quiet moment, an instant of clarity amid chaos. It was there that you began to cultivate your mental strength. It was there that the turnaround began. God heard that silent prayer and is now responding with an abundance that will exceed your expectations. The mental strength you developed didn't come by chance. It was shaped through each test, each challenge that seemed too great to bear, but you bore it. You persisted, and that persistence is what differentiates the chosen ones from those who give up before the miracle happens. Visualize for a moment what it would be like to wake up every day with the absolute certainty that the universe is working in your favor. Imagine the feeling of peace, knowing that your finances are thriving, that your health is strengthened, that your relationships are flourishing. This is not a distant fantasy. It's the reality that is forming for you at this very moment. Manifestation begins with belief, and your belief, chosen one, is paving the way for an inexhaustible flow of abundance. What once seemed impossible now becomes inevitable. Scarcity no longer has power over your life. Prosperity is no longer a distant dream. It's your divine right. When you began to nurture thoughts of victory instead of defeat, something powerful was activated in the spiritual realm. The universe began to respond to your elevated frequency. The doors that were locked began to open. The paths that seemed blocked began to widen. This wasn't coincidence. It was the direct result of your decision to believe in your worth. The criticisms never ceased, did they? There were those who doubted, who pointed out your limitations, who tried to convince you that your dreams were too big. But something inside you refused to listen to these voices. Something inside you knew that you had been chosen for a greater purpose. The decision to move forward despite criticisms was a defining moment in your journey. It was when you declared to the universe that your faith was greater than your fear. It was when you said, "No matter what they say, I know who I am, and I know what I'm capable of." In that moment, God smiled because he saw in you the determination of a true chosen one. The enemy will always try to use criticism to plant seeds of doubt in your heart. He knows that if he can make you doubt, he can prevent you from receiving the blessings that are destined for you. But you were smarter. You transformed each criticism into fuel for your determination. You used the words of disbelief as steps for your elevation. Chosen one, understand this. The criticisms were never about you. They were about the fear that others have of seeing someone daring to live beyond the limits they imposed on themselves. Your courage to dream big disturbs those who have settled for less. Your faith shakes the structures of those who have chosen to live in doubt. The seed of resilience that was planted in you is now transforming into a robust tree that no storm can knock down. Its roots are deeply anchored in the certainty that you were chosen to manifest abundance, health, and prosperity at extraordinary levels. Visualize this tree growing inside you. See how its branches extend to new possibilities, how its fruits represent the rewards that are about to arrive in your life. This tree is your divine heritage, a symbol of the prosperity that is manifesting in all areas of your existence. The time of harvest has come. Everything you planted with your prayers, your faith, and your perseverance is ripe and ready to be harvested. The abundance that God promised is not for tomorrow, it's for now. It's materializing in your life at this exact instant. You may not see all the results yet, but in the spiritual realm, your victory is already sealed. This is the moment you've waited for all your life. The instant when the impossible becomes possible, when dreams transform into palpable reality. It's not a question of if it will happen, it's a question of when. And that when is now. Chosen one, your life is about to take a 180-degree turn. Prepare yourself to witness miraculous manifestations in your finances, in your health, in your relationships. The universe is aligned in your favor, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can prevent the flow of blessings that is coming your way. The seed of resilience that you cultivated with such care now becomes your greatest treasure. It's what will separate your story from all others. It's what will make people look at you and say, "How is it possible? How did he manage to overcome so many obstacles and go so far?" And you will know the answer. You will know that you were chosen, that you were never alone in your journey, that each step was guided, each fall had a purpose, each victory was divinely orchestrated. Your story of overcoming will inspire thousands. Your testimony of abundance will be living proof that God fulfills his promises for those who remain faithful. Your life will be a beacon of hope for all who are still fighting against the waves of adversity. The time of scarcity is over. The time of doubt has passed. Welcome to your new reality, chosen one. Welcome to the life of abundance that has always been your divine destiny. The universe conspires in your favor, and your transformation begins now, chosen one. What is about to happen in your life is not just a change. It's a divine turnaround that will transform everything. This is the sacred moment you've been waiting for, the decisive instant that will separate your past of limitations from your future of infinite abundance. If you are reading these words now, it's because you were divinely guided here. It's not coincidence, it's destiny. The universe is moving in your favor at this very moment. Powerful forces are working behind the scenes of your life, aligning people, opportunities, and circumstances that will bring your great turnaround. The great opportunity you have been waiting for is not just approaching, it has already arrived. It's knocking at your door, waiting for you to recognize and receive it. Visualize for an instant that chance that seemed impossible. That door that was always closed, that dream you've held in your heart for so long, all of this now materializes before your eyes. God heard your silent prayers, felt your nightly tears, and now is responding in a grandiose way. Your great opportunity is not just an event, it's a divine manifestation. This great opportunity that has arisen in your life is not by chance. It's the result of your unwavering faith, your persistence when everyone said to give up, your ability to believe when everything indicated otherwise. The universe always rewards those who maintain their elevated frequency, even in the most challenging circumstances. And you, chosen one, kept your light burning even in the darkest nights. Stop and recognize this moment for what it truly is. The divine answer to your deepest prayers. The opportunity that now presents itself before you is greater than anything you've ever imagined. It carries with it the power to multiply your finances, restore your health, revitalize your relationships, and elevate your energy to levels never before experienced. While others see only a chance, you must recognize the miracle. While others calculate risks, you must advance with absolute faith. This opportunity is yours by divine right, prepared specifically for you, perfectly calibrated for your unique purpose in this world. The universe makes no mistakes. You are exactly where you should be, ready to receive what you have always deserved. The great opportunity that has emerged is already generating waves of transformation in all areas of your life. Feel the energy intensifying, feel the doors opening, feel the flow of abundance beginning to flood your reality. Scarcity no longer has a place in your life. From now on, you will live only in the frequency of unlimited prosperity. But the emergence of the opportunity is just the beginning. The real power is in how you will seize it. This is the decisive moment, the inflection point that will determine the speed and magnitude of your ascension. And you, chosen one, already possess within yourself all the wisdom, courage, and discernment necessary to act in a way aligned with your higher purpose. When the great opportunity presented itself, something within you awakened, an inner force that had always been there, dormant, waiting for this precise moment to manifest. It was as if every experience in your life, every challenge overcome, every lesson learned had been a preparation for this decisive instant, and you knew exactly what to do. You seized the decisive moment with the audacity of someone who knows their true value. While others hesitated, you advanced. While others doubted, you affirmed your conviction. While others sought guarantees, you trusted in the divine promise that echoed in your heart. This was not just a strategic decision. It was an act of deep faith, a leap into the unknown, sustained by the certainty that the universe would never let you fall. The decisive moment required you to leave behind old patterns, limiting beliefs, and comfort zones that no longer served your elevated purpose. It was necessary to reinvent yourself, reformulate yourself, be reborn to a new version of yourself, more powerful, more conscious, more aligned with your divine potential. And you did this with the grace of someone who understands that each end is just the prelude to a new beginning. The way you responded to the universe's call not only transformed your individual reality, but created waves of inspiration that touched everyone around you. Your courage became a beacon for those still navigating turbulent seas, your determination an example for those about to give up on their dreams. Without realizing it, you became a channel of divine light, illuminating paths far beyond your own. The transformative impact of your actions transcended all expectations. What began as a personal decision expanded in ever larger circles of influence, touching lives, opening doors, creating possibilities where before there was only limitation. This is the multiplying power of your faith in action. Each step of yours generates 1,000 steps of benefits for you and for all who cross your path. When you decided to embrace the opportunity with unwavering faith, the universe responded with miraculous synchronicities. People you didn't even know appear to support your vision. Resources that seemed inaccessible emerge at the exact moment. Doors that were locked open effortlessly. This is the transformative impact of your actions, aligned with the divine flow. Everything simply flows when you are on the right path. Visualize for a moment what it would be like to wake up every day, knowing that each of your actions is supported by divine forces. Imagine the feeling of peace in recognizing that you are no longer rowing against the current, but flowing with it. Feel the freedom of living without the weight of fear, doubt, anxiety that previously dominated your thoughts. This is not a distant reality. It's what you are experiencing now as a result of your transformative decisions. The impact of your actions is not limited to external circumstances. The deepest change occurred within you. Your vibrational frequency has risen. Your connection to the divine source has strengthened. Your ability to manifest desires has expanded exponentially. You now operate at a level of consciousness that few can access, the level where thoughts become reality almost instantly. This inner transformation is the true miracle, because while external circumstances may change, it is the change in your being that ensures you will remain in the frequency of abundance, regardless of what happens around you. You didn't just have an experience of prosperity, you became prosperity. You didn't just witness a miracle, you became the miracle. The transformative impact of your actions will continue to expand in the coming days, weeks, and months. What you are seeing now is just the tip of the iceberg. Most of the blessing is yet to come. Each seed you planted with your courageous decisions will germinate into abundant fruits that will nourish not only your life, but the lives of future generations. Chosen one, this is just the beginning. The moment of turnaround you are experiencing is the portal to a new level of existence, where abundance, health, love, and purpose flow naturally to you. The universe is applauding your courage. God is smiling at your unwavering faith, and all celestial forces are celebrating your ascension. From now on, you will see signs of your transformation in all areas of your life. Your bank account will reflect the prosperity that you already are. Your body will manifest the vitality that inhabits your spirit. Your relationships will mirror the love that overflows from your heart. Your work will express the divine purpose that pulses in your soul. Scarcity is a distant memory that no longer has power over you. Doubt is a voice silenced by the certainty of your divine connection. Fear is a shadow dissipated by the radiant light of your awakened being. You have entered new territory, the realm of instant manifestation, infinite prosperity, unshakable peace. The moment of turnaround wasn't just an event, it was an initiation, a passage to a new level of consciousness where you are the conscious co-creator of your reality, where your thoughts, words, and actions are perfectly aligned with your divine purpose, where each breath is a prayer of gratitude and each heartbeat is an affirmation of abundance. Celebrate this moment, chosen one. Honor the journey that brought you here. Be thankful for each challenge that strengthened your faith, for each obstacle that refined your purpose, for each person who contributed to your growth. This is your moment, the divine turnaround that will transform not only your life, but the world around you.